What's going on, guys? It's your boy Elite Killer here, and I'm bringing you my PTS review, well, part of it anyway. So first we're going to be looking at the Rogue 2.0, which is a massive talking point amongst a lot of people. I do know a lot of YouTubers and a lot of Twitch content creators that are actually quitting the game because of the new Rogue system. Now, in my opinion, I'm sort of 60-40, I would say, against the Rogue system, and I'll tell you why right now. Now, as you can see, the Manhunt's there. They're trying to get their Manhunt off at the station. I just took a shock turret down there. They can't get it. That's it, game over. They're about to die. Now, look at how many people turn up just for these two Manhunts. You can see it, it's incredible in a second. You'll see how many people turn up for two Manhunts because they get rewarded. Like, so you can see now I'll get a bounty cash, and your whole team gets that cash if you do a kill. Okay, so the reward system is if you kill a Manhunt, you get a cash. So bounty sealed cash right there. Now, for them getting off the Manhunt, so say they survived the Manhunt and they were to get it off there, you would see a Manhunt cash, so you get a Manhunt cash. They both give the same gear, guys, so in my opinion it is actually not worth going Rogue. And as you just seen a few seconds ago, when you do go Rogue, and this is one of my biggest hates, you have to hold up on the D-pad. Now, while you're holding up on the D-pad, there is a time delay, so there's around probably 1.5 to 2 seconds to actually go Rogue. And during that time of you holding up on the D-pad, you can't move. You're static. You can't do anything. So one person is doing that, and they have to be static. Now, in terms of when you are going Rogue, it shows up for everybody on the that's around you. So you get that circle above your head, so they know you're about to go Rogue. They know you can't move, and they know that it's going to take about 2 seconds to proc. So what are they going to do? They're going to drop their shock turrets. They're going to drop their fire turrets. They're going to aim at you. They're going to start shooting at you before you're even going Rogue, just to get them extra bullets into you when you do proc. And 9 times out of 10, guys, I think that people that go Rogue in front of others get dropped instantly because there is just no chance of even moving. You know, it's bad enough with the server delays or any sort of lag, without it even being like delayed to go Rogue as well. Now, my solution for that would be to take the delay away and make it where you can say run, you can be running and proc your Rogue. So we can run into a group of players and proc Rogue without it freezing us or without it stopping one of us. That would make it a little bit better in my opinion. That would just help solve that issue of everyone sort of face tanking you before you even go Rogue, before you're even active there. So it's a bit crazy. It is a bit silly that I don't see why they put that in there for everyone to see. And on top of that, it actually sends out an alert, a sound clip saying somebody in your vicinity has gone Rogue. So if you're there you're behind someone, they're still going to know because the sound clip is going to play. It's absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. Now, when you are Rogue and you get Manhunt, you have 5 different stages of Manhunt. Now, these stages are pretty pointless. So, stage 1, you get 1 cache. Stage 2, you get 2 caches, and so forth. So, when you get up to stage 5, though, you get 6 Manhunt caches if you survive it and do the objective. Now, you'll see us do that in a little while. We do survive the Manhunt. In terms of that, though, I mean, you get the same rewards, as I said before, you get the same rewards from a Manhunt survival cache than you do for killing Manhunt. So why go Rogue? There's no incentive to go Rogue. Now, in my opinion, the PvP area was the dark zone in this game, and it always has been. So everyone that went into the dark zone, it was for PvP. Now, so before, if we go back a few updates, they put in all the outside world bosses, because PvE players were saying that the only way to get good loot was to do it in the DZ, and when they were coming in the DZ, they wasn't prepared and they were being killed in the DZ. Fair enough, I agree. At that time, you did need some more PvP items. You need some little extras there so you can go and get your loot as well as us. Now, however, that's changed. So you can go and get the same loot that we get here. You can get that in outside world bosses. So there's nothing you need to come into the dark zone for unless you just want to do it a little bit quicker. Okay, now granted the outside world bosses spawn every 4 hours and that's not ideal. However, my suggestion to fix that would be massive is to change the time on that. So put it down to an hour. So by the time you've done that whole loop, you'll be able to go around and farm again for them outside world bosses. Seriously guys, what a simple fix that would be. Okay, what a simple fix. Now, if you're in the dark zone, my personal opinion is, and this it may offend people, my personal opinion is, don't come in the dark zone unless you want to have PvP action. Dark zone is not a place to farm. It is not made for that. Let's not change it into that, okay? Now, a lot of PvP players have complained, and look what's happened. Now, Massive are trying to ruin the whole rogue experience, and it makes it pointless of going rogue. You might as well just take out the rogue situation and make this just a PvE game. Because what you're doing on every update now is just destroying the PvP experience. You know, for me, it's getting ridiculous, guys. It's going to become to the point where they might as well just close the dark zone down and just call it a PvP mission. Just have one big mission in the dark zone, which I never want to happen because there are some really good PvP players, and I only play PvP. I don't play survival. I don't even play Last Stand, and that is PvP. Like, the updates that they brought out for PvP are ridiculous. Who wants to play Last Stand when all the gear is even? What is the point? There's no point in that at all. So for me, Dark Zone is the place I go to test my builds, to go rogue, to kill rogues, to do all that good stuff. Have fun with your friends. But they are just destroying the whole experience of that. Now, in terms of when you are rogue, so we're 5th Manhunt now, you do have to run to a certain place on the map, which flashes up. If you can see it, it's like a yellow square. A Manhunt goal is 0.4 kilometers away. Now, these only generally spawn in about 4 different spots on the PTS. Now, let's remember, guys, this is a PTS, so let's not get too crazy about it, okay, because it can change, and I'm hoping stuff will change before the release of 1.8. We've just been given exclusive access to this, so it's fine. So yeah, you have to go to that box, hold down square and capture that area, and then you get your Manhunt caches, which is, you know, it's okay, but if some people throw shock turrets and seekers and stuff there, then it's a bit hard, but it's fine. So anyway, I'm not going to babble on about the Rogue 2.0, guys. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. We are now going to move on to another section of the video, and this section is going to be on the Predator's Mark. You may have seen previously during the clip that I was using Predator's Mark, and the bleed is insane. So this is a real big talking point amongst a lot of people as well. Predator's Mark, I did do a build video on it, so if you click that link in the top right corner now, you are going to go to my build video for the Predator's Mark. Now, honestly guys, Predator's Mark is so overpowered, it's crazy. So in terms of how Predator's Mark works is, for every 3,000 stamina you have, you get a 15% buff on the bleed damage. Okay, now the bleed damage, that works on critical hit chance and critical hit damage. So you don't need firearms, you don't need a lot of firearms. You just need sort of deadly on your weapons, you need crit hit chance on everything, crit hit damage, and you're pretty much set. So I run 9k stamina, which you'd think makes you tanky, but it actually doesn't. So the stamina, I think, is something they need to work on. If they're going to bring that back in the game, stamina and health, like they have tried, at least make it work, because it doesn't work. Stamina seems to be a pointless thing. Whether I've got 9,000 or 5,000, it just doesn't seem to make any difference to me. In terms of Predator's Mark, how it procs, you have to just land 10 shots without missing into a player. And some of the bleed figures that I'm getting, guys, I've been testing out a lot of different methods. The highest bleed figure I have on a player, not an NPC but on a player, is 200k for one pulse of that bleed. Now that is a lot of bleed, guys. I can put 10 shots into somebody, run around, if they don't heal or use a medkit, it will drop them and kill them while they're on the floor. So the bleed does last as well. Now, I agree with it. I do use it sometimes. I've been trying out all the different builds. As you can see on my live streams, I'm trying out all the different builds. Predator's Mark, I agree. I love it, guys. Don't get me wrong. I love using Predator's Mark. It absolutely shreds, so I love it. But does it need nerfing? Yes, it does. In my opinion, it does need a nerf, and that can be a nerf in terms of just nerfing the amount of output that the bleed gives, or the amount of time that the bleed gives output for. So now we're going to take a look at the PvE modes, guys. There is new PvE. There is a new PvE called Resistance. Now, Resistance is pretty good. I've had good fun with that. It's almost like a Horde mode. It's also called Horde mode. If people mention that, you know what it is. Now, in terms of this, it is just basically wave after wave of enemies. You kill the enemies, you take the SHD tech, and then you unlock different areas of the map, or you can unlock turrets, you can get ammo for you or your team, and you can get special resistance caches. Now at the end of the game you will get resistance caches. I believe it goes up in 10s, so if you reach anywhere between 1 and 10 you get 1 cache, a resistance wave cache 1, and then so forth it goes up. Now there is some bugs in Resistance, guys, where the enemies are not spawning. So there's a mode on Resistance in one of the waves where it will tell you to kill a boss in 3 minutes. Unfortunately, sometimes that boss is not spawning, but that has been reported to Massive, and hopefully that will be fixed before 1.8. I'm pretty confident they will fix that, because it is game changing, because it can end your whole game right there. Now, in terms of players spawning, the NPCs spawning, that's not the best either, guys, because when they spawn, sometimes they spawn out of the area you can get to. You can't actually get to them to kill them, so you have to wipe and start again. Now, if that's in a wave that's higher up, sort of you're past 20, you've been on here for a little while now, that's not going to be good for you guys. You know, you're not going to be happy with that. I was really annoyed when it happened to me, but hey, it doesn't matter. I can show you now on the video in a second. You'll see in the video clip where they spawn, and this is just wave 1, so it's not that bad. But they just spawned out of a way where we couldn't actually jump up there, so we can't actually get up there to them. Now it starts off a lot like this, like NPCs are spawning above you, and you can't actually get up to where they are. So that is one of the things. But overall, the loot's good. You know, the bosses are all in here, so you'll go up against Ray Barrett and all the other bosses as well, which is really fun. It gets a lot harder towards the end. Well, I'd say towards the end, but towards sort of past 20. It gets really hard, so it's a lot of fun. I did just want to quickly mention the underground as well. They've added hunters into the underground, which is fantastic. They will absolutely smash you if you don't take them out quickly. One punch and you're dead, and that's after the boss, and it's a random drop, so they don't always come into the underground. I don't know if that's intentional or not. But anyway, guys, this is the first part of the review process for me. I'm going to do another review video next week. Do not forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere you can. I am sending this to Massive as well. I love all of your support, guys, and I'll see you in one of my live streams or on the next video. Take care and leave your comments below.